You know what? This episode is going to be pretty shockingly deep. It's a common mistake under capitalism to live too fast. Very simple thing. Life is like a joker. It hands you freedom and you think you can do anything. It gives you life as a movie, basically, and you skip to all the good parts. Right? You skip to all the good parts and you try to multiply them as well. Recreate them a bunch of times. Turn them into TikToks. Whatever. You know. Life gives you cake and you just keep multiplying it. You gobble it. And that was the joke. It's so easy to tempt a person. Just give them everything. And then we'll screw up life. Just give them all the responsibilities. Right? Responsibility gives you freedom. With great power, well, power is the responsibility. In this case, freedom. What do you do with it? That's your responsibility. That's your power. Yeah? So the mistake people make, living too fast. Yes, it can make you fat, actually. You're not exercising when you're living too fast. You're eating a lot of things. I don't even know if I might be living too fast too, but I look. Oh, Mr. Beast, you're younger than me and so much more successful. What's going on over there? Right, a lot of celebrities tend to, well, blow up very quickly while they're still young. Is that acceptable, or is just living too fast? Which one is it? What it's like to be a child star? Is it good or bad? Have we decided that? I don't know. I know that everyone is chasing these powers. Perhaps not considering that there's two options, not one, but whatever. One is better than the other. Uh-oh. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. If you live too fast, the life will throw you a lesser option. The greater option is improve your brain, not your heart. Don't just bump into other people. Don't just listen to what they have to say. You have your own life to live and figure it out. Okay? Just let it happen. Let your life happen, not someone else's life. If you live too fast, you're not going to live your own life. You're going to go to the nearest mountain because someone went to the mountain. And it's all about the mountain. And now everyone is like welcoming you because you're living their life. Of like, well, they know everything about this mountain. I have to learn about this mountain right now. Whatever skill there is could also might not be you. You just want to appear cool, like you did something. So you're living with the people teaching you how to do that particular skill, and you show up cool to your friends, so you live life for them as well. When you live life for other people, that's also living a little bit too fast, but when we have freedom involved, when you can do anything, man, do people come up with crazy shit. I'm particularly involved with YouTube, so I can tell you guys the crazy thing to do for entertainers is to do the same thing over and over again. I don't know how to do it, and it's the wrong thing to do, but they do the same thing over and over again. This is not gonna yield evolution. It might not even give you any options but to stalemate. Stalemate, you just sell your soul, basically. Fuck you. No, nothing's gonna change. Nothing's gonna be better. You already made it. Grab the money. Alright? Grab the loot. You can actually stalemate. That is available. Alright? Or the lovely option you can abuse. Also available. Abuse. People below you, basically, right? Block them from self-improvement. Maybe that feels good. I don't know. 4 options. I just like 4 options personally, so. And it looks like life just things in 4s. Just amazing stuff. This one's probably blue because it's lesser option than is the greater option. And what is that even better? Settle down for the option. Interesting. When should you settle down? And it is like you can live faster. You can work harder anytime. No one really chooses to do that. Don't worry about it. Only crazy people. Because it's not about how much you work personally, it's how much you work with other people. How much you live other people's lives. How much you do what other people want you to do. That's what actually happens. That's how you live faster. Or you chase pleasure. Very similar. Because chasing pleasure is already things all other people have made, and they will put a price on it, and you'll have to work for it anyways. You're just gonna not notice the work part for the pleasure. There's all these shiny things in a grocery store everywhere. There's all kinds of shiny things, and they might be too expensive. Inflation never stops. Especially under capitalism, inflation just puts a carrot in front of you and keeps asking you, can you afford it? Can you afford this carrot right now? And a lot of people say yes constantly. That's why we have inflation, because people are constantly affording things. But the reality is not really. Not really. A lot of people just fail to calculate, because again, the freedom element. Do you calculate everything that you're capable of affording? Tough. Not everyone can do it. I wanted to open up with the story I have. I mean, I almost went on a date, but the girl had a child. So she had to come with a child. Because the child needs care. Child needs more care than the date in the end of the day, right? Huh. Well, in the case that you're not that interested and you're not putting much effort anymore and you're a little bit overweight, yes, now we're talking. That's a person who lived too fast, ate too much food, had too much sex, the most basic fucking female's life. How about that? A male's life is probably a life of crime. I could go here, but then I start abusing people behind me, and it just stagnates like that. The moment a man has a chance to become a celebrity, they just steal. You know how to ride a motorbike. You can be a celebrity now. But you just steal other people's phones. Okay, cool. Are you stealing them for a selfie? No. You sold the phone. Because you're broke? Fuck. How can you afford a motorbike then? I don't get it. Life will only give you this choice if you slow down. If you're patient. And even if you're not patient, you're allowed to make mistakes. You know? I'm not patient. And that's the another thing of life in crime, basically. Of like, I can fix things. No, you can skip things. You can skip the chit chat and become aggressive on a person, start intimidating them, push them around, yell at them, just win the fight, right? You skip. War, war skips a lot of stuff, right? It's almost like acceleration of life. People die faster in war. Interesting. Where are we skipping to exactly? What is the winner gonna do? Might not be the most welcome outcome every time. While people want to skip to the good part, you don't know what you're skipping into. You don't have a choice in life. Alright? Pressing skip can have consequences, right? You're not ready for the test when the test happens. See, potentially for every single great thing, right before the great thing happens, you are tested. How can you skip? If you skip all the way there, what happens? You're going to be tested and you're going to be rejected and you don't get the great thing anyways. And maybe every single time you copy and paste that, you just get to fail the test over and over again because you're not patient. You are not patient. Patience, you have no idea how to use freedom. Stop it. Stop worrying about it. Let other people fail. Other people's failures are way more valuable to you than your own failures, right? Like it's fucking obvious. I should write about it. Wait, aren't other people's failures more valuable than your failures? Like, are you gonna be collecting your own failures? Are you gonna be failing on purpose? No fucking way does that make any sense. And that's what freedom does. Freedom merely allows you to fail a bunch of times if you do things you don't understand. You might know how to tie your shoes very efficiently, but you might not know how to breathe efficiently. You might know how to cook, and you're saving a lot of money. You might not know how to drink water. You can know certain things. You still can't skip around because you don't know. You shouldn't be confident at everything. Like right now, I just watched a TikTok that fucking put a pinch of salt into your water, and then it's gonna hydrate you. And I'm always dehydrated, and I know salt is would do something, and I know water is a fucking solvent, and it's just not gonna hydrate you unless it has something in it. And it's like shit. Now it makes sense. Now it's fucking obvious. My mouth is still dry though. Annoying. Did I not add enough salt? That's when things get really awkward. Because what are you doing? What do you put in the waters to make it not water anymore? Because you want to hydrate, so you just drink more? How do you fucking drink water? I have no idea still. And the funny thing is, you don't have to worry about it. You just let people fail and listen very carefully when they fail. My mom is failing really hard. All right. You know what? It's a good thing to just collect her failures and see how her body is gonna fucking collapse. Which way? Which way is it folding right now? What's gonna fucking crack in there? She's a demon. She deserves that treatment. She's more evil than good, guys. Unfortunately. selecting stagnation? Nah. This is where you select evil, right? You never select stagnation. You're allowed to. Again, freedom allows you to do all these things. If you live too fast, you are very, very keen on picking stagnation because that's how you imagined it. You own a house, you settle down, nothing happens in your life, you retire, basically. Right? You do the ABCD retire. That's living too fast. You should never retire life. Are you okay? There's no stopping, dude. Once you start something, you can only slow down. And that's the only solution. Otherwise, you're evil. It's just straight up evil immediately. So these options are evil. You can choose evil. You can choose to backtrack. It's as awkward as suddenly stopping in the middle of the street or turning around and walking backwards. All right? People gonna think you fucking weird. Whether you stopped or you just turn around and went backwards, they will think you're weird. But in life, this metaphor goes 10 times more intense. Because now you're dealing with pure evil. Right? Because in this making a decision in life is like very permanent thing, dude. So be careful with that. I will very likely evolve my drama of like a head shop drama into giving out speeding tickets to YouTubers for doing way too much of the same thing or this cashing out. That's a rug pull. That's known as a rug pull, right? People try. No, it's probably the purple one where you backstab everyone behind you. You're the winner. You know, you have made it this far. Everyone below you, they can fuck themselves. Everyone who admire you, you'll take advantage of them, basically. It's a tough situation. Absolutely. This is the superpower that the destroyers of reality gain, by the way. They're so far ahead of humanity, might as well fucking start destroying it. I do think they can pull you back into reality. But it's tough, because you're gonna destroy most of it. And at the same time, it's like, what's the point anymore? What's the point? You can have your own thing. Do your own thing. I don't know. It's investigation required uh, piece of knowledge, but it's there. I mean, on TikTok, I'm seeing sparkles of like people talking about destroyers. Satan as a good guy. I don't know. It's weird. Because the thing that made you evil, you doesn't make you evil anymore. It's fine. You stagnate, that's fine. You destroy, that's fine. Moving becomes kind of evil, actually. Right? Because there's nowhere to move. Just away from reality or deeper into destruction. So, moving becomes evil. It fucking inverts reality, but yeah, it gets kind of crazy. Let's not think about it too much. Because again, this unexplored territory. Yeah, so in my life, I get too angry, I get this like skip button in front of me, but if I'm not too patient and I don't calculate every single variable, like apparently some doors are just made out of cardboard. You know those game shows, Japanese game shows where they just run through 3 doors? Some of them are cardboard, you can run through them, apparently. it almost makes life like a fucking joke, right? You can punch through a door. Like, what the fuck is that? What does that even mean? It's fun to learn, though. It's fun to acknowledge mistakes. Uh, People don't get too mad about that. I'm not gonna feel sorry. Fuck that shit. Feeling sorry is pretty weird, and people who have freedom, they also gloss it over most of the time. You know, when you allow yourself to be free, you can, well, be free in a lot of fronts. You can win any war because you're free. Like, no matter what you do, you can always escape by using freedom. Freedom beats everything. All the guilt. That's why Mr. Beast uses it. If Mr. Beast can escape your argument, he wins the argument. It gets pretty weird. Catch me if you can. If you did something wrong, but he can run away from you, what can you do? It's an unbeatable thing. But of course, something's wrong. How could it be so unbeatable? Well, it's a self-sacrifice. Freedom is a self-sacrifice ritual, basically. You're sacrificing something, and it better compensate for what you're losing. That's what it is. Every time you put too much food into your belly, you're sacrificing something. Food's supposed to give you energy is going to take that energy away from you, right? In a special moment, when you're invited somewhere, you're going to be like, oh, I feel bad. I can't go. Game over. You lose, right? You live too fast, and in the moment where you're tested, you lose. You skipped. You skipped something. You're not exercising enough. Get a great job opportunity. Oh, I don't want to go. I don't feel adequate. Oh, you can't handle a few boxes. Game over. Got a great job opportunity. Maybe a whole fucking ladder. Career ladder. Couldn't fucking pick up a box. Game over, dude. This is what happens in life. Alright? Freedom allows you to chase all kinds of stupid shit. You get a great opportunity, though, when the least expected, and life gives you a game over. Because you fucked it up. You focused on something else. And honestly, even right now, I'm just kind of like, wait, did I catch it? Did I catch it correctly? Maybe I shouldn't focus on what I'm focusing. I don't know. So you have to like constantly calculate everything. But even then, you can still fail. Again, failure is not condemnable no matter what it is. It would be evil to do that, to condemn failure when it's a mistake. Mistake. Mistakes should not be condemned as evil. It's a learning process. In fact, if people condemn, it fucking makes it a lot easier, actually, to process the mistake because you're not guilty anymore. Like if people punish you way harder than it feels necessary, fuck, you're just gonna have a great time now. Fuck those guys, because they're gonna be dancing their own guilt trip. They're building their own fucking. Well, they're exposing themselves, right? If someone has problems, if the system is corrupted, they're exposing themselves. Simple. And that's again living too fast, not asking enough questions. You kind of have to. You kind of have to worry if something ain't right. Don't skip it. Everything has to feel good. Skip is allowed. You sort of skip to the test, right? Whenever you feel confident. Great. Normally just happens. You just have to wait. And the funny thing is, again, I get bombarded from every angle. Don't you worry, women are watching. Women have their eyes peeled on my every move. They're just not good enough to act upon it. They don't have what it takes to offer me anything. So they don't. I mean, at this point, TikTok suggested the most attractive male trait is reading. Yeah, they're lost. They lost the plot, these women. They have no fucking idea what's going on. And I know there's better ones out there, but they're busy trying to figure out their place as well. They're still gonna miss their shots. It's still gonna be too late. And it's gonna be fun to see it, right? It's actually a lot more adorable to set up, to enjoy failure, basically. Like, you approach a girl and she rejects you, and now what? You win. That's what. And if they try to approach you back, I mean, that could be a real drama, to be honest. Reconciliation. But they live too fast. They decided, right? It's quick decision making. It's like, skip. Skip that guy. There's gonna be more. Right. Unfortunately, opportunities cannot be skipped. When this thing approaches you, you better go through with it. If you skip it, I don't even know what happens, guys. I don't even know what happens, bro. That one's the scariest one. Because that's the only thing that makes you even feel time itself. Right? Makes you feel meaning of life. You have to collect all those nuggets to feel the meaning. Otherwise, you're going to be detached completely. Where do you go then? When you're detached? Well, you stagnate. That's what you do. Nothing fucking happens. You stagnate by the default. Because now you're just scared. You don't have freedom anymore. Someone stole it from you. You blocked freedom. It was right there. I don't get it. You threw it away? All across the world, you must not look at capitalism as it's concentrated in this area and that area. All across the world, people have different skills and different abilities to live different lives. And only when they come together and cooperate do they achieve anything. Right? If they destroy relationships, they might end up destroying themselves, relationship with themselves. But we'll talk about mental illness. That will be interesting. When you run out of relationships you destroy relationship with yourself. Capitalism encourages that behavior, but the moment you start destroying yourself, people do start noticing of like, why would you fucking do that? Alright, you can destroy every relationship because freedom, but please don't destroy yourself because you're killing freedom. You know? When you start going mentally ill, people will notice. In fact, if you're a mentally sound person, the more mentally sound you are, the less friends you're gonna have because you just don't need them, right? You don't need it. You can be free, all alone, no strings attached. You don't have to feed anyone, anything. All right? That's a big deal. You got to take that deal. It's another opportunity. It's hard for me because I like relationships, right? To me, life feels meaningless without relationships, but fuck it, I'll take it. And yes, I still need a prostitute level person, just like hire a friend, so I at least can fucking move on with my life, right? Fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. I still need a way out of this. Because it's almost like I can't do anything otherwise. Without friendship, I can't do basic shit. And unfortunately, I feel like it would be skipping if I do everything myself. I would be skipping. Just doing things yourself would skip life. Imagine that. But that's what it is. Either the other person will know what to do and it's going to be easy for them and I'll just catch up, or they don't and we do it together. That's great. Good news. And we might both equally enjoy it and learn the same thing at the same time. That's pretty good relationship building. I don't know. That's what I'm worried about the most. Right? It does get weird of like, oh, what's your body count? What is your sexual experience type of thing. But is it weird? Or is it leaving too fast? Alright? This is especially relevant under the current drama. Lauren. Yeah. Who's living too fast now? Well, people have sex. Then they do not broadcast that. They do not talk about it. I can, however, broadcast that I do not have sex, so. Or is that also shameful, equally as shameful as, I don't understand that. Is that okay if I don't understand it? Shit. Okay, I don't know then. If you ask too many questions, though, like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, to me, it feels like it's the greatest privilege. Is the greatest path to open up sexuality. Because it's forbidden in all layers, basically. It's a taboo. It's there. It's attractive. But you still want to be close to a person and you don't want to broadcast it. Like, there's rules when you fucking start stacking. Until there are probably no rules at some point. Until everything breaks. It's just, you have to have decency, of course. You have to still respect the previous rules. Because they're still kind of there. Forgive if I don't make sense, but after you go through the capitalism fundamentals and you sit where I am, there's not a lot of rules because it's an uncharted territory, right? Anything can go wrong, basically. But it's the privilege to do it anyways. Because a lot of things can go right. And it's like more likely to go right than wrong. In a way. No matter what kind of phenomenon it's going to turn into. So, that's interesting. Well, this place right there is like heavily researched. That's where the most strict rules are. This is where the most rules are. Because it's about policing people's behavior. You're not supposed to walk nude in public. The most basic shit. But even not so basic, like smelliness, also is a part of it. And yes, in a corporate setting, you have to wear like the whole suit, the whole package. with a tie sometimes. I don't know, man. It gets weird. You have to look formal. Those are rules. They're not like strict rules, but they're there. There's a lot of them. Because at some point, if you want a nice thing, you have to spend freedom. You have to spend your money. You have to constantly signal that you're spending, that you're committing to something. What are more examples of living too fast so you don't do it? First of all, giving up is the dumbest thing to do. It's not living too fast, but just giving up in general. Now, you might want to give up certain things, though, that makes you focus too much. Because again, you can end up living other people's lives. If you watch too much of something and you forget yourself, you can always lose your sense of self by watching other people's content. Be careful about that, alright? You actually want to be constantly vocal of how you feel, what you have to say, right? It matters, as long as it's not intentionally offensive. Because that's another thing where you live too fast when you are knocking on someone's door, but you're just a troll. You're just an asshole, right? You don't actually belong there. You know that. You're gonna cut a relationship that way. Getting banned is not a joke. Alright? Maybe you don't see me as a rich person, that's fine. If I ban you, you don't feel like you're losing anything. And that's exactly when you lose the most of the things. When you skip the part where you fucking think with your head. Right? You skipped it. Everyone has something to offer. I actually have the most to offer. I don't have much to offer myself. That's the trick. You know? I do not offer things to myself. I have a hard time doing that. But I very have easy time manifesting predators by accident. That's what happens. That's something I have to quickly explain. So on YouTube, if you find an exploit, that's exactly what it is. And a lot of people do it all the time. But usually exploits originate from just good people who skipped that one thing, and everyone starts doing it because they think it's fine. Fucking fine, whatever. If you don't dunk on anyone unless they are being dunked on, then everyone is free to skip. Everyone's free to trample some kind of thing because someone else started it. Basically, it's like, well, they started it. They have authority. We can do whatever we want with that person in particular. That's what is decided now. And that's what happens, at least in American culture, is very prevalent, but they kind of rule social media, right? They invent predators. And it's what happens when you're not a totally good person. A predator's gonna show up and start mimicking your bad behavior and maybe benefiting from it. The moment you benefit from bad behavior, someone's gonna try and mimic, right? That's how it works. Now, I don't feel like people have the capacity to mimic what I'm doing. Somehow it's too complicated. Because I don't bump into people like myself, but okay, great. I do think I'm a little bit ahead. Every single step you take, someone has to replicate the whole thing. So I should be ahead, technically, you know. If I'm ahead, I have greater allowance to do, you know, more disruptive things. Yeah, it's fascinating. You think you know something, but you don't. And that's just what you have to do. You have to patiently listen to what other people succeed with, because the little things matter more than the big chunks that might not benefit you as much. People have also constantly question of like why billionaires exist. Like, what do you do with that amount of money? That's insane. Huh? You can get yourself comfortable life. You can build your power tower. But damn, beyond that point, you're living too fast. You're just living too fast. You just have too much shit. Maybe you are entangling yourself into politics, but even that is just a question mark. Like, are you? Are you doing it correctly? Or are you just a puppet? Because I think often enough, ask the correct question or answer. A lot of billionaires just fucking puppets. Because again, just like in Fight Club, the things are owning you. You didn't master the power tower at all. You have your Facebook, so is that your power tower? Have you finished it? No. Fuck you then. Everyone's laughing at Zuckerberg half of the time, so what's up with that? You make a power tower, you leave. To the next thing, become a president of something, I don't know. But the power tower is just like a pyramid is gonna fucking build self-esteem, right? It's gonna give you self-esteem. Imagine being the one who built the pyramids. You know, you didn't actually build it, but you organized the whole thing. You planned the whole thing. You're the fucking coolest guy ever. You are elected something permanently just because you have the proper power tower, right, from the previous episode. If you live too fast, you're just gonna be running in circles, failing the same fucking test over and over again. When it's so clear of what you have to do. It's so clear. You do your thing, you achieve your thing, and give responsibilities to someone else to deal with. No one needs responsibilities. Why are you living such a tough life? It's disgusting. And you keep generating money because you're in this fucking tight loop, thinking that money helps somehow. Okay? Have a nice day. I think none of the internet people figure it out yet. They're just running the fucking loop. God forbid Mr. Beast figures it out. There's no fucking way. He might figure it out if he make more YouTube channels, but he's stuck with 3 of them and they all kind of stink ass, so there's nothing special about them. Like, yeah, if you truly have power, you can build some crazy thing, but it has to fit the right, just perfectly in your life. It has to accumulate to actual power tower. Otherwise, you're just rich, boy. You just own a bunch of shit. You're not building anything. Look at me, I have big number of subscriber. Doesn't fucking mean anything. Shut up. That's what you gonna what did I contribute? Wow, I was working so hard for this. That's not how it works, man. So yeah, I'm just saying every step of the way there's a big lesson to learn. If you keep fucking circling around, you're not learning that lesson. And you're just automatically unable to escape of the amount of things you have achieved in life. And you get stuck. Wump wump. And no, tax billionaires doesn't fucking matter. Because in the end of the day, we do get the benefits. But we shouldn't praise billionaires that we don't believe in. Alright? That we don't work for. Just, no one is there to be praised unless we get something directly from them. Right? Are you sitting under a billionaire? No. You're not even close. You're so far removed from the billionaire. You can only talk about it as if it's like a fucking ghost. As if it's all the way over there. Right? That's also living too fast, is talking about people who don't make an impact in your life personally. You don't talk to them. You're not interacting with them. They don't tell you to do anything. Why are we talking about them right now? Why are we wasting our life living someone else's life, defending an actor that wasn't there in person? This is where YouTube turns into like this programming masochism, basically. People allow the parasocial, parasitical interaction. And it's like, well, the person is right there. No, it's not. It's not right there. But if it's right there, then you're fucking delusional. Again, it's the mental illness. Like, freedom gives you 99 ways to cause mental illness, one way to succeed. Just pick the right thing. And you start filtering which one is the wrong thing, which one is the right. That's what freedom is. It's your job to filter, to wait, to be patient. Living too fast is settling down on the wrong answer and insisting that the wrong answer is the right answer. Who are you gaslighting? Just yourself. I got this idea when I was depressed, and it's like, oh, I don't have to be depressed, actually. I'm living too fast if I'm depressed. That makes no sense. Like, mental illness under capitalism makes no fucking sense. Because you can choose not to. Right? Unless you really don't have things. But everything is so simplified. If you have things, you can choose not to have mental illness. It's just that simple. Alright? It's just it becomes a choice. It gets kind of crazy, but it's just a choice. There's not enough relationships to crush you. Not enough people checking on you to bother you. So, there's no doom and gloom, unfortunately. You can just give it up. And you're probably going to be fine. You can live on rice. You can live in your car. The options are decent when you figure out what they are. It's true because it rhymes. Look at that. Options open up when you know what they are. True cause rhymes. Fuck yeah, dude. The funny thing about options is that most options have not been discovered yet. Like, they're supposed to be there, and you know with your heart, they're supposed to be there, but they're not there. Why they're not there? Well, you're the kid of the future. You're the future generation to make it happen. To build that thing that's supposed to be there. To talk about the missing piece. You know, you gotta take responsibility where if something does not exist, to make something out of nothing, you have to breed it into existence. You have to breed on it. You have to give life, and again, keep talking, keep manifesting the thing you care about. Any opportunity you have. So, I will have to build a wiki where I will add a lot of information that I kind of want to manifest as well. I mean, Discord was nice, but Wiki is much more controlled environment. When you gain responsibilities, you're no longer in a loop. You're building something. You're making progress. You know it's undeniable that you're making progress when you're building something. And building takes a lot of time. And that's when you know you can relax. You're finally living life again. Right? That's it. You just build stuff. Because building is the hardest thing to do. You need skills, you need material, you need to calculate everything, you need to pre-plan everything. Everything has to be reasonable. When you build things, then you get to live life again. When you're just free to do whatever you want, to float in space, to visit every single mountain, fuck you, alright? You're doing fucking nothing. None of this is impressive anyways. You built nothing. Maybe that mountain was actually built by people and you didn't build it. And you're just visiting someone else's life. Accomplishment. Big fucking deal, dude. I have visited the pyramids inside out, upside down. I'm Mr. Beast. Shut up, dude. You didn't build it. I don't care. Cool video, though. Keeps you busy, doesn't it? So that's a beautiful world of living too fast. The speeding tickets I will give to YouTubers, I can't wait. Once you realize this, you become very patient, right? Because one thing that will trickle down, well, first of all, you can eat cheap foods, right? While everyone is eating expensive foods, you eat cheap foods. And to you, inflation doesn't even exist. Typically. Because you're saving money most of the time. Everything has to catch up all the people that are failing to save money, failing to properly live within their own like failing to set up limits. When you don't set up limits, that's when you bleed out. Live too fast. Enjoy too many things that are actually luxurious and, you know, just like Jim Carrey's ass, right? You have to become rich and famous to understand that you're living too fast. And none of this will matter anymore. When you become rich and famous too fast, it will not matter. You will not be able to enjoy it at some point, right? You will get sick of it. So take it slow, right? A way better approach. Take it slow. Be more honest. Build something around it. Use the resources. Try to do it yourself, right? Don't just buy a house. Try to build your own house. See how that goes. If you have plenty of resources to buy a house, you definitely have a ability to try and build a house. That's the fucking difference maker, you know? That's when you live too fast of like, oh, I just you know, I earned just enough money to buy this house. No. The first thing you do with the money is not buy a house. You try and build one. That's the difference of two paths in life. You can go up, straight up, just give up the money, hand it over. Cowboy, oh, it's enough money, you escaped the loop. I will let you own this cool thing right now, cool, luxurious thing. All right, that you will take for granted. Taking for granted is living too fast. This is the usual thing, right? The usual thing. You think like, oh, I get this like nice thing because capitalism exists. No, someone built it. You had zero skills of building it. You may not know how to maintain the damn thing, right? You must know most of the time, the truth is if you build it yourself, it's going to be suited to you. If you buy someone else's, it will take a long time until you can bend it to your will, until you get comfortable with it. And maybe you are never comfortable, which is why I created my own drawing program. Well, I didn't, but I am definitely planning to. Alright, it's still convenient for me to use this, so I don't have to worry about it. I had to worry about all the other stuff, so we did that. Guys, you know, like, it's such a happy thing where people are genuinely accumulating problems. Something is about to happen. Right? I feel connected now, more and more. It's just there's something in the way. And it's like, well, just, I feel like everything good happens eventually, right? As long as I'm patient enough, as long as I'm waiting for them to come, right? For them to make that discovery when they are ready, not just I am ready. It's not always about you. In the end of the day, that's the biggest problem. That's what makes you take things for granted because, oh, it belongs to you now. Well, maybe other people are not ready for you to own something like that just yet. Right? What's up with these fucking motorbikers, bro? Have they asked if I'm ready for them to own the damn thing? Of course they didn't. Because they're assholes. They just gonna skip that part real fast. Why bother? Again, skipping is anything bad can happen. You have to better calculate that you're at least not harming anyone. Alright? So the people around me that are toxic around me, what they will recognize is I can leave. But I can leave not when they say that I can leave, but I can leave whenever they realize that me leaving is a big problem. See, all these toxic people, they just want you to leave so they can at least get their skip. They skip faster. You know, when all the good people leave, say, oh, I can skip to the bad part, basically. Just go straight to jail right after. No one's gonna stop me now. Like, all good people will try to, you know, disarm you, basically. But when the good person leaves, of like, oh, please leave, please leave. But when you go through with it, and they fucking calm down, and they realize, shit, you're a very valuable person, then you leave. And then they're scared of, like, shit, I might lose my mind. I might end up in jail now. Because there's no one to stop me. Right? And then the panic settles in. That's when you leave. That's when the ultimatum is announced. When they realize how valuable you are. You live too fast, you ruin your reputation, and people will just do the simplest of things, and your life will be in ruins in the end of the day. Because you don't know how much you rely on others to build your houses, to feed you food, to shelter you, basically, in every which way, and then still make you happy. You don't know how much you're relying on good people when you're living too fast, when you take things for granted. Another TikTok writes, here's how an editor looks like. An editor to a YouTuber is just some person, basically. It's just some person in some room, getting a salary. Congrats. Doesn't seem special, but what do you expect? Did you take it for granted? You gotta be skeptical to some extent. Well, that should be it. And if it's not it, We're gonna find it at some point, answering the missing pieces. That's the most common mistake. You take things for granted. You repeat things. Not a good idea, okay? You repeat things because they work or whatever. No, you should follow your own guidance of what you want to do. If things fall apart just because you want to do something, your own style. Damn, is that weird? That's weird, man. And the eternal conflict begins. Right? You can sugarcoat it any way you like. But don't repeat the same thing. Just because you became successful, that's just don't dig yourself a hole into stagnation. Don't spend all your money on junk when money is there to test you. Or when at any point you might have $5,000 in your bank account and might get an offer. You can buy this for $5,000. Your dream thing of any kind. Fucking dream thing. And you're just a little bit short. What do you do now? You cooked, bro. You can only negotiate, maybe. There could be limited edition laptop, $5,000. Right? And I have to have it. And the price is gonna go up if I don't buy it immediately. Not down. Because, people want to buy it more and more. Limited edition, baby. If you don't got it, if you don't have that cash right away, and you don't know how important it is to have it, you're just gonna miss the fucking train. It's your train ticket to a whole fucking different level. Fun fact, while I was making this video, I felt thirsty anyways. The pinch of salt does not even help. But there's ginger spice. Ginger is just very good at diminishing thirst. It's the final hit. Because it's all about cleaning your mouth, actually. Thirst, even hunger, reduces based on the way your mouth feels. So, is there a lesson to learn from this? I mean, if you're happy, you don't have to live faster, do you? That's the fucking problem. Most people don't let themselves be happy with what's up. The things that are up. Yeah, you still have to do things throughout the day, but be happy. Don't panic. You can only burn out beyond that point. Beyond the point of happiness, there's only burnout. See you guys next time.